Just a few examples before we finish up for today. Rectangular prism, length times width, length is 10 feet, width is 6 feet, height is 9 feet. Let's label those sides. Length, 10 feet, width, 6 feet, height, 9 feet. Now, as we label those sides, I know to find the surface area of the rectangle, I need to talk about all 6 sides. I have a top, I have a bottom, I have the left, I have the right, I have the front, and I have the back. These sides that I'm connecting here are equal to each other. So if you only solve for one of those sides, you can multiply that value by 2 to represent both sides. It's not difficult. You just have to account for both sides. So for the top and the bottom, I've got a side length of 6 here and a side length of 10. So 6 times 10 gives me the area, times 2 gives me the area of both surfaces, the top and the bottom. That will bring me to 120. For the left and right sides, I have a side length of 6 times a side length of 9 and times 2 to account for those two surfaces. That will bring me to 6 times 9. 54 times 2 would be 108. And lastly, the front and the back, I have a surface of 10 times a surface of a length of 9 times 2 to account for both surfaces, and that will equal 180. Now these are all in units squared. In this case, it looks like the units are feet, so you can write that in. The sum of all of these areas will equal the surface area of my rectangular prism. So I just need to add all of those values up. I've got 408. So the surface area of my rectangular prism is 408 feet squared. And this is a full example you should demonstrate in your notes. Okay? Moving on to the cylinder. The cylinder has a diameter of 5 yards. Diameter is the measurement from one side of the circle to the other side, which travels through the center of the circle. Okay? So that is diameter. Diameter equals the distance across a circle which goes through the center. The value that you see in a lot of circular functions is r, which is the radius. And the radius is 1/2 of the diameter. And it's the distance from the center of a circle to the edge. And both of those values are important. So what I need to remember about my cylinder is that the area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. And I also need to know the circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. Because in this instance, I'm not given so much information. The diameter is 5, which tells me my area is 1/2 of the diameter. That's 2.5. I'm sorry, my radius is 1/2 of the diameter, which is 2.5. The area of the circle would then equal pi times 2.5 squared. Well, 2.5 squared is 2.5 times 2.5, and I can do that out so that I can eliminate the square value, and that will bring me to 6.25. So the area of my circle is equal to pi times 6.25. And it's completely acceptable to keep pi in this equation. I didn't ask you to approximate, but you do want to follow appropriate rules which say that the number goes before a symbol. So my area is equal to 6.25 pi. This is the area for one circle. In order to find the area for two circles, we need to multiply that number by 2. So 2 times 6.25 is going to give me 12.5 pi. This is the area of both circles. The area of the rectangle, which is wrapped around the body of the cylinder, is going to be equal to the height of the rectangle times the circumference. And in this problem, my height is given to me as 2 yards. The circumference is given to me as 2 times pi times r, and my radius again is 2.5. What I can do is multiply the numbers together and still keep pi. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2.5 is going to bring me to a value of 10, and then I have to include my pi, so I have 10 pi. If the area of my rectangle is equal to 10 pi and the area of both my circles is equal to 12.5 pi, the surface area of my cylinder is the combined area, 10 pi plus 12.5 pi, which gives me 22.5 pi. And the units on my circumference was yards, so I'm going to include yards squared. I'm sure this seems very complicated. As long as you're substituting symbols properly, you should not have an issue with this problem. Please take your time and go back and watch it again if necessary. Lastly, we're just going to review the surface area of a square pyramid. Remember, the base of a pyramid is a square. So when it says the side length of a base is 11, that's this side length. It's also this side length. I can say the area of the base is 11 times 11, and that number is 121 yards squared. The area of a triangle will be 1/2 times the base, which is 11, times the height, which is 9, given to me as 9. So I can do one of two things. I usually multiply and then take half of the value. So I'm going to do 11 times 9 is 99. 1/2 of 99, or 99 divided by 2. Will give me 49.5 yards squared. And that is for one triangle. In order for me to account it to be for 4 triangles, I need to multiply by 4. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 9, 36, plus 2 is 38. 4 times 4 is 16, plus a 3 is 19. I have one decimal place, so I need to include that. The area of all 4 triangles is 198.0 yards squared, with the area combined with the area of the square base, which is 121 yards. I'm going to get a total surface area of my square pyramid to equal 319 yards squared.